Hi, Peter from Fat Daddy Denmark. A follow-up video on two really great new items coming out very soon. I put a few videos on Instagram, on YouTube, and a bit of love comments. Here are the replies. We'll just do maybe not the most elegant pen in the world, but you're on a gimbal, so let's have a look. I've been riding, need a bit of space, these for 5-6 days now. I got them last Friday. The wheels and the boosted beam. And there's been a few questions. So let's give you all a fair answer. If we start with YouTube. It's Captain Clutch. How do you find the carving experience on the 105s? I've seen a bunch of comments saying that bigger wheels really degrade the turning carving feel and can lead to a sketchy feeling due to the extra height. I'd like to be able to hit rougher terrain without giving up the great feel of my blue Koguamas. Looks like you run a great shop, by the way. Thank you very much. Very kind. We run an awesome shop. No, the feel of these are very similar to the blue Koguamas. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's these wheels from Orangutan. These are the purple ones. These are a touch harder than the original boosted wheel. The orange one are the same durometer as the regular boosted wheel. And the light blue or turquoise ones are softer. I really like the soft one. It's one of my favorite aftermarket wheels. This is the harder one. That's not my favorite. I like the turquoise one as well. This has the same feel as the turquoise one. It's 72A, so it's very similar in durometer, but the holes in them makes them feel really soft, and they absorb the cracks and the bumps in the roads really well. Carvability, I don't find it that much different actually. It takes a bit of getting used to, and when you ride them at the first time, it feels like you're on a monster truck, but it's visual more than in real life height difference. Let's do this. If we do this, see if we've got enough space on the counter here. And just grab a boosted on regular wheels. Don't know if you can see this. Let's have a look. The height difference is 1 centimeter. It's more the look. If you see the wheels, they kind of look like monster truck wheels. The gimbals are doing great tricks on me. I'll put in a good photo of it afterwards so you can see what I mean. It's mostly in your head. About the carving I find is very similar. A little bit different. That's a demo board, it's okay. But not that different. It more than makes up for it in a higher top speed. I did 47 kilometers an hour on this the other day. Felt super solid and super safe. And not all boards make you feel super safe at almost 50 kilometers an hour. I'd much rather do close to 50 kilometers an hour on this than I would on, for instance, I don't know if you can see, the Raptor over there. I like to go, it's a really fast deck. It does 50 kilometers an hour easy on a full charge. It's a much more comfortable, and it feels a lot safer to do it on the Stealth, I must be honest. It's personal preference, but that's the way I like it. So the board will be a bit more zippy on smaller wheels. And if you go down a wheel size, it feels extremely connected to the road. But in my opinion, going up the wheel size for the higher speed is worth it. Let's see the next question. I was wondering how the wheels will handle wear and tear, especially with the holes in them. How bright are the lights compared to the sweat lights? That's Zero Energy that's asked that question. wear and tear is fine. It will take you forever to wear down these wheels, and you won't feel the holes in them before much later in the lifespan. The funny thing is, on really flat surface at really high speed, they have a different hum. They sound different, but they sound great. So that won't be a problem, I'm sure. The boosted beams, they are ridiculously bright. I run them at 40%. You can dial them down in the app from 0 to 100. I run them at 40% simply because they're so bright that they tend to blind oncoming traffic. And in Denmark, they honk the horn a bit if you blind them. 40% is more than enough in an urban environment. I've been on pathways and really dark places, and 100% is really, really fun, but it's almost overkill. There was a question about power consumption as well. It really doesn't seem to make any difference. I can't see any difference on the battery life of the battery with the beams on. The wheels, on the other hand, I'm not the lightest person in the world. I weigh 95 kilos, and when I do extreme uphills, I can feel the wheels are consuming a bit more electricity. Nothing major, but there will be a difference in how far you can go on a full charge. I've loaned this board out to some skating friends, some guys at 75 kilos, and they hardly felt any difference. But weight is an issue when you gear up and you make it harder for the engine, but not a major issue. I really like the feel of them, and that's what I go for. Acid Kimmer asks, the beams, are they usable with low profile risers like the Flatland 3D? And I came prepared. This is the set of Flatland 3D risers I normally use. This is the riser for when the lights are on the Mini X. They're quite low profile, so you can go as low as this. But in the front, this is the front riser from the Mini X. You have to do this cutout because the wire comes in from the side. It's doable if you like a Dremel tool, for instance. Then you can cut out this bit. Most of it's already done for you for the battery clip. So you could probably cut it out and you'd still be okay. The thing to bear in mind though is that in the rear, it will block your rear light. So you have to do some fancy cutting, and honestly, I don't find it worth the effort. So it wouldn't really work on the back. On the front, you have a 4mm gap. If you really want to, you can probably file down the included riser 4mm and you can get closer. There is this little gap though. Again, it's metal, you can bend it a bit and completely void your warranty, of course, but if you want to, you want to. But I would guess that it's only 2, maximum 3mm you could actually get away with lowering them before they hit the deck. But if you really, really want to, you can. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Cool. Then there was a remark about my motors clicking, and I know it's... yeah, my board is always last in line to get repairs, so... And as long as it rides okay, I don't mind. I just, well, yeah, go ride, of course. On Instagram, we have a few questions whether I enjoy the wheels or not. I really do like them, and I've been abusing them quite heavily, and they absolutely hold up. I really like the design. Miami Vice was big when I was a kid. And I can almost hear the theme song when I see this color scheme. I love it. Great look. What else? I got a few comments about people who already ordered them and when they're coming. I would love to say that I can guarantee they'd be here before Christmas, and I honestly think they will be, but I won't make any promises. But it's very, very, very close. Oh yeah, there's a lot of questions about how I got them. I'm the European Service Center for Boosted. And I've known about these for a long time, since I was at Boosted headquarters in February, and I've been dying to test them out. So because of my connections with Boosted, Jeff sent me a set. Thank you very much, Jeff. And the beams I knew about also, and they're even better than I thought they would be. A great detail is that there's the USB-C plug out here in the back of them, so you can charge your remote and so on. So about the 105 wheels on the Mini X. First of all, it's absolutely doable. It does make it look like some sort of a monster truck. With the trucks in what I would call a regular soft position, I am able to push it down to a wheel bite, but I am really leaning into it with a lot of effort. It's not an easy thing to do, and on regular driving it really wouldn't be a problem. But I would highly recommend that you do, for instance, the 5mm soft riser from Flatland. That would be perfect for this, and just lift the front up just a little bit. This one I think would solve all your problems, and then maybe tightening your trucks just a little bit. But in my opinion, they are better on the Stealth or the Plus. Remember, if you have a Mini S, then your risers are even lower, and that will definitely not work. So if you have a Mini S, you need to raise your risers just a little bit. But if you tighten your truck, it's definitely doable. But keep in mind that if you really, really want to, you can provoke a wheel bite. One thing you notice when you put them on the Mini S and Mini X is that this is when you really realize that the wheel on the mini boards from Boosted are quite small. They're only 80mm. And going from 80 to 105, it's quite a big jump. Let me just grab a Boosted Stealth wheel. It's 85mm, and it doesn't sound like a lot more, but you can see when we put them together that it's a considerable difference. Already from the 85 to the 105, it's significant. It's 25% larger. So you will feel it. Honestly, if you want to do a wheel conversion on your Boosted Mini X, I recommend going for the 85mm wheels. It will give you a higher top speed, and it will still match your gearing quite well. Keep in mind that the Mini X only goes up to mode 3 and 30 kilometers an hour, and you kind of need the last bit of oomph to make it really, really impressive. It's still fun on the Mini X, but in my opinion, it's a better fit for the Stealth. If you're asking for my opinion, I would definitely say that the turquoise Kurgwarma is the perfect fit for the Mini X. If it's a smoother ride, less road noise, more grip, higher top speed is what you're looking for, then that's the one to go for. Finally, I'd like to say that if you have any other questions to maybe Boosted or any other of our products, you're always welcome to leave your question in the comment or stop by the shop. It's Aarhus, Denmark, and you're always welcome, and you can try our stuff.